Contemplative Living. I'm Dave Bennett, and here on this in this stream, we examine some of the memes that I have posted on Facebook, uh, and I also posted on my Instagram account. Um, And so if you go to those accounts, you can see the memes that I post all week long. And here on Monday morning, we review those with with some additional, going in depth a little bit more on the contemplations. And and we look for the themes that the week has had to offer us and things like that. Now, I'd like to start this morning with a little something. Also, if you are watching this live, you can always join me. Um, if you follow this link here, you can follow me and be a guest live on the show. So, um, and I welcome you to come on the show, and we can talk about some of the things that we're discussing, the themes, the contemplations, that sort of thing. But this morning, and if you're watching this live on Facebook, go ahead and comment and say hi. I'll give you a shout out. We look forward to some interaction. All right. Now, this morning, before we get started reviewing the contemplations for the week, I want to read something. I want to read something uh, by Thomas Merton, and what he says about contemplation. Contemplation is that life itself, fully awake, fully active, fully aware that it is alive. It is spiritual wonder. It is spontaneous awe at the sacredness of life, of being. It is gratitude for life, for awareness, and for being. It is a vivid realization of the fact that life and being in us proceed from an invisible, transcendent, and infinitely abundant source. And again, that was Thomas Merton in Modern Spiritual Masters. Hey, Jeannie. Good. We're seeing our comments today. We had a little problem last week, but we seem to have that resolved now. All right. I have to laugh. The software that I have says that most of the comments will appear. So does that mean that some of the comments won't appear? I don't know. There does appear to be a little bit of a time lag, though. But let's get started. So, and let me hide this. Okay. So the first one is witness the dance of the universe and see yourself as part of this magnificent symphony. I noticed this week that the theme is about how we interact and are interdependent and interconnected with the oneness of the universe. And so why not recognize that? Why not witness that dance between us and the universe and take joy in that? Take joy in the magnificent wonder that is us and the magnificent wonder that is that interconnection, that wholeness. A lot of times we allow the circumstances in our life to pull us away. And that's okay. That's just being human, But we don't have to live there. We can come back and we can redevelop that connection at any moment just by taking some deep cleansing breaths and allowing ourselves to come back to ourself and to be who we are. I like to call it our true nature, to come back to our true nature and allow that to guide us. And when we're using that and allowing that guidance, that's when we're witnessing the dance of the universe, because we can see how that interconnectedness and the universe then begins to align some of that of what we need, or the direction, and some guidance, and it helps us to move forward. And I really think that that's just beautiful. It's a beautiful part of of living life. And so the next meme is, be adaptive, explore your creative spirit, remain open to new possibilities. So yeah, if we're witnessing our interconnection, our interdependence upon the universe, we do need to be adaptive. And I like to think that exploring our creative spirit is being in a state of wonder. Because if we're in a state of wonder, we're only looking for the truth. Good morning, Gene. And if we're in a state of wonder, looking just for the truth, then we're open. We are open to new possibilities. Everything is on the table. And then we can use our discernment, not judgment, but discernment, to determine what is good for us, what is healthy for us, and move in that direction. So being adaptive and explore that creative spirit, that's a way of living in wonder. So if you it's so amazing sometimes, it amazes me sometimes, that in my morning contemplations, when I get up and I start my contemplation, it feels like something always feels like something new. But then when I go back and I look, like the connection between the meme we first saw and then this one, when I go back and look, I see that there's a theme, that there's a running theme in a lot of the contemplation that spirit gives. And that's part of the wonder for me. A lot of times is just allowing that communication with my higher consciousness and to allow it to flow through. So the next one is, our interconnection is a powerful center of security and guidance in life. So just like I was saying, that I'm amazed at the continuity of spirit and spirit communication. It's also, for me, very comforting, because that interconnection, it is a powerful center of security and guidance. And I use that guidance in my daily life. I use what I learn from contemplative meditation to guide me, because it is a part of our true nature and our essential being. So to live guided by our true nature, and when we distill down, what is our true nature? It's purely love. When when you, especially when you listen to others who have had near death experiences, and when they talk about what their experience really means to me, almost inevitably they're going to talk about the love, because that permeates everything in the universe. And that is what drives, that's the driving force in that creative dance, in that magnificent symphony of life. So recognizing that gives us a sense of security, gives us a sense of peace. And that, isn't that what life's really all about, is trying to live life with a peaceful center. and then allowing guidance to show us and to give us the nudge that we need every now and then. And believe me, I need nudges. I don't know about you, but I I could use a nudge every now and then because I'm a guy and I do silly stuff. So, yeah, I need those nudges. So, this meme says meditation connects us to a source of infinite hope. As our true nature, and makes our actions effective and purposeful in an uncertain world. Well, there's a lot of uncertainty right now, a lot of uncertainty. And by using meditation, it does connect us to a sense of hope. And that hope is infinite. It can fill our being. And we experience a sense of expansiveness when in meditation. And it connects us again. We're talking about that true nature, and it brings us into clarity. And that clarity helps us to make effective choices and to be able to move in a more true and peaceful action within our life, within our day to day, and because we're making choices all day long. But are we going to allow the circumstances to pull us off into some drama-filled experience? Or are we going to maintain our connection to our true nature with that peaceful center within us and allowing that to develop a clear vision so that we can create the best action that's healthy and that's wholesome for us? That's what living a purposeful and life is, especially in this world where we have a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of suffering right now. There's a lot of anxiety. But if we can put the circumstances aside, even for a minute, even for couple seconds, just be able to put that uncertainty aside. Oh, it's such a relief. It's like a deep, heavy breath that allows us to release some of that. If we can just do that now and then throughout the course of the day, even in just mindful moments, just a mindful moment here, a mindful moment there, we start to live within our true nature. And I really do believe that's what we're really here for, is to learn how to live that way on a regular basis. And when we do, it becomes a little smoother. It does become a little smoother. So, in order to do that, the next meme kind of just, illustrates that. It tells us to break down the barriers of defensiveness and distrust while reigniting the light of hope. And there's that word hope again, because right now, that's something that we need really, really in this world is a sense of hope. Because what we're going through will come to an end. It will come to an end. And we will be able to forge forward and create better ways of living. Because what we're experiencing right now is teaching us how to live in uncertainty. And that's a repeating theme in humanity, is that we go in and out of uncertainty, and we go in and out of sometimes very chaotic periods in our life. And so in those periods, if we can break down those barriers, those defensiveness and distrust and heavy judgment, and start to use discernment and love as our guidance, then we're realigning ourself, our higher consciousness. We're aligning to our higher consciousness. We're aligning to our true nature. And we can then feel that hope building up. We can feel it building up in our lives and helping us to step forward in a positive manner. So I wish I could just double tap on these and it would show up, but it would make my life a lot easier. But this one says, in troubling times, fundamentally, each of us are compelled to create crisp, clean, and focused core energy from within ourselves. And the key here is focus. We're compelled to create this crisp, clean energy. Now, Spirit, for on and off through my years of contemplative living, has reinforced this theme in my life. And Spirit says it exactly like this: speak impeccably. And that distills down into the feeling of this meme here, where no matter what we're going through, each of us want to expend or be present in life with clarity, with that crisp, clean focus, speaking impeccably, and bringing that forth so that there's no misunderstanding of who we really are. When we're living within our true nature, there's no misunderstanding because we're in alignment. And in alignment, good morning, Mary Beth. Hey, how you doing? Glad to see you here this morning. But in that sense of alignment, we're really, truly who we're meant to be. And people can see that. That is living in authenticity. That is being authentic. People recognize that. They may not understand what they're feeling or that interconnection, but when you're broadcasting in your authentic self, people recognize it and they honor it. So it's important that we try to live our lives that way and to be more authentic. And that comes back to the, being clear, being clean and focused, and using that in all of our interactions. So I'm not sure. I mean, if you saw the meme this morning, I was as I was going through my gratitudes. That's how I start my contemplation in the morning. Is I start with gratitude. And as I was going through my gratitudes, Spirit, very loud, said, "Within our heart lies the perfection of the universe." And I was like, wow, okay, well, I guess that's the theme for this morning's meditation and this morning's commune with Spirit. And so we had a very in-depth conversation this morning about how that interconnectedness, that interdependence between our heart and the universe is a purity of that love consciousness, Christ consciousness, Buddha nature. It's who we really are. It's who we really are. And when we can live our life that way, then we can bring that perfection of the universe into our daily lives in little ways. They don't have to be these grandiose things. So I get through my meditation. I come here into my office, and then it was I open up, because I want to start, I want to start writing down my contemplation for the day, and I go on, I go on my social media, and I see a note from one of my Twitter peeps sent me a note that from Sun 30 Rising. If you're out there, hello, give you a shout out. And they sent this picture to me this morning. So Spirit has told me within our heart lies the perfection of the universe. And then Sun 30 Rising sends me this picture. And it's like, okay, well, this is meant to be. This is the message for today. And so to try to live with that recognition today, as you're going about your business, as you're, we all have to take care of our lives, but to maintain that spark of realization within our heart that we are connected, that we are one with everything. And that's really used a lot, but it's true. And we can't hear the message enough. So I want to thank you for coming on the stream today. For let me take that off. I want to thank you for coming today. And if you're interested in seeing the memes on a daily basis, go to my Instagram account or go to my Facebook page. And every morning after I finish my contemplation, I create these memes and I post them up there. And so you'll get to follow along on a weekly basis. So I want to thank you and namaste. Have a great day.